When can a police officer use persuasive words to defuse a dangerous situation, and when does he or she use a gun or a less lethal weapon like a taser?
This case earlier this month near Grant and 7th Avenue highlights that challenge. An officer with TPD's mental health team shot and killed a man there. The man's family said he was mentally ill. The officer said the man came at him with a knife. As Not in Your Side's Craig Smith reports, officers with the mental health support team say they are trained to defuse situations without violence and usually succeed.
What led to a police officer killing Abraham Smith is still under investigation. Standard anytime an officer resorts to deadly force. That's why Sergeant Jason Winsky of the mental health support team cannot talk about that case, but can talk about how TPD trains to steer mentally ill people to help before things turn deadly. TPD says it handled about 3,500 mental health cases this year. Sergeant Winsky says before officers arrive, 911 dispatchers will have asked if mental illness is an issue and collected as much detail as they can.
Those aren't questions we're used to asking 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We're trying to get that information now so that we don't just show up and immediately get into a violent encounter with someone.
The mental health team's first rule is slow things down.
Time is on our side. Establish rapport with the subject if possible, and don't do anything unnecessarily that you don't have to do to further agitate the person.
He says officers have spent 9 or 10 hours talking to someone to end a situation peacefully. Sometimes building rapport means getting close in a way that might raise the risk to an officer. Sergeant Winsky says if words fail, officers might use a tool like a taser, baton, or pepper spray. And he says even if police are being threatened with deadly force, they may still try something less deadly than a gun.
If there is a person who is actively threatening to harm officers physically on a scene, and we think that we can resolve that using a lesser tool, we absolutely will do that.
And Sergeant Winsky says if someone's having mental health issues, the goal is to take them to treatment, not to jail. Craig Smith, KGUN-9 on your side.
In the wake of recent officer